Hi guys. So in this live, I'm going to make my favorite smoothie, a dragon fruit smoothie, and I'm gonna take you along the entire process. So normally, of course, you only see me blending the smoothie, and this time I'm actually going to show you the entire process. So I've done nothing yet, so I'm going to show you everything that you need to know in order to make a dragon fruit smoothie, which is by far my favorite because it's super sweet. It has a sweet, very sweet flavor. Just look at all your comments along the way, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So instead of talking like we did in the last live, I'm actually going to make a smoothie this time. So you're gonna see everything, and hopefully you're gonna be able to make that smoothie yourself as well. So someone says it's 7:36 a.m. for me. Yeah, I know. I'm located in the Netherlands, so for me it's already in the afternoon. So quite a different time. Thank you for all the likes, really appreciate it. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna make the smoothie. So I did one step already. Yesterday I froze my bananas. I used 3 bananas for this recipe. And a few minutes ago, I took the bananas out of the freezer just because it's very important that they're not like fully frozen because I don't use any liquids. And if I add fully frozen bananas without any liquids to my blender, yeah, my blender is gonna explode basically. So it's really important to let them thaw a little bit. So they're thawing for like 30 minutes. So we're gonna have to wait for that, but I'll show you where they are, so you can actually see. This is my live setup here, by the way. So yeah, here you can see my bananas are thawing right now, waiting for me to cut them into slices, but they're still frozen solid, as you can see. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer, yeah, for the bananas to thaw, and then hopefully we can use them in a bit. Um, and then we also need some dragon fruit powder, obviously. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult to make a dragon fruit smoothie. I would love to use actual dragon fruit, but we don't really have that here that often in the Netherlands. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but dragon fruit powder works fine as well. So that's what we're gonna use today. Shout out to King J. So this is the dragon fruit powder, like I said, which is by far the favorite one that I have, just because it's super sweet. It's made from only pink dragon fruit, nothing else, has no other ingredients, and therefore it's super sweet, which is obviously really great. Here you can see the actual powder itself, which is really nice. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And while the bananas are thawing, let's set up our blender. So once the bananas are ready to go, we can actually start filming right away. So I always use a tripod, like you can see here. So let's set that up as well. So there we go. There is our tripod. We've got our light already, of course, as well, which is great. Just need something for my phone. This is what I use to make sure my phone stays on top of my blender, and it has a very important job because if it doesn't work well, then my phone is going to fall into the blender and it's gonna get crushed, which is not ideal, obviously. So we're trying to prevent that. So let's have a look at our bananas here. Let's see if they're how they're doing. Oh, by the way, we forgot to set up the blender. That was the main thing that I wanted to do. Let's do that first. There we go. So I always use a Vitamix Explorian in my videos. Give me 1 second. So I always use a Vitamix Explorian in my videos, just because that's the only blender I've found to be able to have that super satisfying swirl that you see in my videos. So that's why I always use this one specifically. If you want to check it out, there's a link in my bio, I think, on YouTube. So just gonna plug it in. Be right back. Let's check the comments. someone asked what I'm doing. I'm making a smoothie. So I'm not sure if you're subscribed to my channel, but I make satisfying smoothie videos. And normally I only show the blending, and this time I'm taking you along the entire process live. So that's a lot of fun for me at least. Hopefully for you guys as well. Zoe just joined. Welcome. Thanks for joining my live. What smoothie am I going to make? I'm going to make a dragon fruit smoothie. You can see the dragon fruit powder that we're going to use here. And here you can see the actual powder. So I'm going to add that to a banana smoothie, and then hopefully that will be very delicious. I'm going to add some nice toppings as well. So yeah, that's really nice. Thanks for subbing. Really appreciate that. That's so nice. Let's check some other comments. Shout out to Grape as well. Can you do my favorite fruit, mangoes? Sure. Not this time. I don't have any mangoes at the moment, but I'll definitely do a mango smoothie another time. It's apart from bananas, my second favorite fruit to use in a smoothie. So why in your living room? Well, my kitchen is a bit cramped. It's a bit small, so I always use this table. And I have quite a small apartment, so that's why. So let me continue unplugging or plugging in my blender. There we go. Good morning to everyone that's from the US. So let's cut our bananas. Pineapple's great as well for smoothies, of course. It's my third favorite ingredient for smoothies. I use it quite often. There we go. So let's try if you can cut these into slices. They're still quite frozen, but they thaw a little bit quicker if you cut them into slices. When you freeze your bananas, make sure that you peel them before you're freezing them, and then make sure that you don't cut them into slices before the freezing, because there's no point, because it's gonna freeze together anyway. So always freeze them like this, like just whole. See, we got 415 people watching at the moment, so that's really cool. So these banana slices just need a little bit more time to thaw. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long process of for my blender. In the meantime, let me get my blender cup as well. Obviously, also quite important. Let's see where it is. There we go. So here you can see my setup basically. So normally this light is on top of the blender, like this, and that's how I film. So my phone will be right here, and it's gonna be right there in a minute. And then right here, you got my blender. Like I said, a Vitamix Explorium blender, and this ring light, just to make sure you guys can see the color blend in the best possible way. Yeah, I think we need about 10 more minutes or something before the fruits will be ready. So I got some time to answer some of your questions if you want. So if you have any questions for me, let me know right now. This is the time. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. What are you even doing? Again, I'm making a smoothie today. So a dragon fruit smoothie. So I got a few bananas that are thawing at the moment, and just waiting for them to be ready to be blended. And then we're going to make a smoothie and add some dragon fruit powder to that smoothie, which will look really satisfying and will also be really delicious for me in the end, which is obviously the most important thing. For your next short, can you do an Easter smoothie? That's honestly a great idea, but won't be my next short. I think we'll be closer to Easter, so I'll do it somewhere in the coming weeks, but yeah, I'm not sure. I've seen you before on YouTube. Love what you do. Thank you. That's great. How long do you freeze them? I just freeze the bananas overnight. So usually it's at least 6 to 7 hours. Usually I freeze them at like 10 p.m. and then get them out of the freezer at maybe 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. something like that. So quite a long time. But I think the minimum is like 6, 7 hours at least. Do a Chiefs smoothie. I actually did a Chiefs smoothie. I think last week, a few days before the Super Bowl. So you can check it out on my YouTube channel. It's on my shorts. I think it turned out pretty well. I think it got quite some views. What about watermelon? I love watermelon, but in smoothies, it's not that ideal because it's very watery, of course. So sometimes that's a bit difficult to use if you want to make thick smoothies. Of course, if you want to make a drinkable smoothie, that's a perfect ingredient. But yeah, for thick smoothies, it's not ideal. So I usually try to stay away from watermelon in smoothies. I just eat them a lot in the regular way, basically. Um, Hi Ella, thanks for watching as well. Let's go back down to the... Can you add strawberries? Yeah, I can add anything I want basically to my smoothies, as long as the ingredient is not too watery, because I want to make like super thick smoothies that are similar to ice cream. I don't have strawberries right now, so I won't use it today, but yeah, in the next recipe I can definitely add some different fruits in there as well. That would be pretty cool for sure. Do you ever add protein? I don't do that often, or I rarely do that actually. Um, just because I personally don't use protein powder, I just eat a lot of fish and peanut butter, stuff like that. Just other foods that contain a lot of protein. So I don't add it that often, but yeah, you can, of course. I think there's a lot of other people doing that. Um, yes, I did say hi, Ella, and said it again now. Let's see. It's 10 p.m. in Japan. Oh, that's cool. I got right on time to get some of my Japanese people watching as well. Not too late. Are frozen fruits you buy in the bag bad? Um, I'm not sure. I think here in the Netherlands they're not they're okay. I think I have heard some stories that there were some issues with it in the US, like frozen fruits that are in a bag. I personally don't use them that often. I usually just buy the fruits fresh and freeze them myself. Um, but normally they should be fine and it should be super convenient to get them straight from a bag. And I think that does mean that they're super fresh. So if there's no issues with it specifically, then that should be fine. Um, yeah, so let me check the bananas. Let's see if we're already good to go. I always just feel them a little bit. Now, I'm quite experienced, of course, with making smoothies, so I know exactly when they're ready to go. I feel like this is a bit too soon, so we're gonna wait a little bit longer. Shout out to David as well. So once my smoothie is finished, we're gonna add several toppings because, of course, eating a smoothie without any toppings is not that great. So first we're gonna add granola, which is of course the most logical topping. Um, Thanks for watching, Daisy. We're gonna add chia seeds, which is obviously also a winner to add to a smoothie. And then we're also going to add quinoa pops, which is also quite underrated, I think. Always add that to my smoothies, and yeah, it's really nice. And my favorite, peanut butter. That's also something we're going to add to the smoothie. So those are the four toppings that we're going to use. And then we're going to serve it in a coconut bowl, because serving it in a regular bowl is a bit boring. So that's what I always do. So we're going to use this one specifically. So let's put that right here. What time is it there? Let's see. It's 2 p.m., almost 2 p.m. So it's just daytime here. Hi, Edlin, as well. Thanks for watching. I just have to check if I can flip my screen, otherwise it's going to be difficult. Oh, there it is. That was what I was looking for. What are you making? I'm making a smoothie. Well, I'm planning on making a smoothie. We're going to do that in a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to add natural fruit coloring to that as well, which is hopefully going to look super satisfying. It's 8 a.m. in Canada, so good morning then. Good morning to Amy. Would oranges taste good in it? Well, honestly, I have never really use oranges that often in my smoothies. Don't think I've ever tried it. I love oranges, but in smoothies, I'm not sure. Like I said, often fruits that contain a lot of water are not ideal for my smoothies. So, but it's definitely worth trying. I mean, you have to try everything, of course. So, let me check, and I'll get back to you about that in the next video. How much do you earn from YouTube? Not that much. Not that much necessarily. It is my job, but it's YouTube Shorts don't pay that much. So, um, David says, "I love smoothies." That's cool, and then you're on the right live right now. Can you add oranges? Yeah, like I said, it's a bit too watery for my taste, for a smoothie at least. But I'll definitely try it. I've never tried it in a smoothie that much, so it's definitely worth trying another time. But today I don't have any, so it's just gonna be bananas and dragon fruit today. Just because I'm secretly addicted to that. It's my favorite smoothie by far. I think it's about time we're setting up our camera on top of my blender and we're actually going to make this smoothie. It's about time. We're already 17 minutes in, so it's about time we start blending. What's your base? So the base is going to be frozen bananas. That's always the base that I use, at least in most cases. Sometimes it's also mango or stuff like that, but usually it's frozen bananas, and then we're going to add dragon fruit to that. There we go. I'm ready to set this up. So let's switch the camera and let's start making a smoothie. Please do the yellowest smoothie possible. I'll do that again another time for sure. There we go. So this is something you're probably more familiar with. I don't show my face that often in my videos, of course, but this is something you see in every video. Just gonna set up my ring light. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a space theme smoothie soon. I was out of black food coloring for a while. I think I'll have it again next week, so then I'll definitely make a galaxy or space theme smoothie for sure. Anyway, let's start adding this blender, or start adding these bananas to this blender. Um, so there we go. What smoothie maker do you use, or what blender do you use? I use a Vitamix Explorian blender. David says, I want to make a smoothie, but I'm so bad at it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be that difficult. If you have a decent blender, it's pretty easy, I think. Just make sure you don't use too much liquids. That's often a mistake that people make. They use a lot of liquids, and then it becomes super watery, which is not necessarily bad, but it's, in my opinion, better to make a very thick smoothie. That's why I'm only going to use all these frozen bananas and basically nothing else. Anyway, normally they're a bit more taut than today, so I think it's going to be pretty difficult to blend this, but we're going to see what happens, and we're just going to try. We have plenty of time anyway, so Just gonna turn on the blender and see what happens. So I'm gonna use my temper to make sure the bananas get pushed to the blades, which really helps. Also something that's underrated, people don't use their temper enough. If you have them on your blender, make sure to use it as well. Um, you're so close to 1 million subs. Yeah, I just need 20,000 subs more. So it's just gonna be a couple of days and I'm gonna be at 1 million, which is amazing, of course. This already looks delicious. Well, thanks. You can also eat just this if it's blended. You can already eat it. It's already super good. Um, so that's quite nice. Um, Beefy Butt says, "I know that will taste good. Yeah, it will definitely taste delicious. Like I said, it's already good, quite good right now. Imagine if I'm adding the dragon fruit powder, it's gonna be so much better. But let's continue blending." So there we go. I think that looked pretty satisfying. I'll show you how thick this is. So here you can see this is pretty much like ice cream. But yeah, just like you saw, it's only made from frozen fruits, made from dragon fruit and bananas. So it's super creamy, but it's super delicious and also super healthy. So that's great. That's why I love eating these things. My real name is Joey. Yeah, I love playing around with my smoothie like this. They say you can't play with your food, but I think you can in this case. So I think it's time to add this to a bowl. And we have to do a taste test, of course. That looks like poop, but pink. That's not the first thing I would have thought of, but I guess it makes sense. So these are our toppings. So let's add it to the bowl now. Yeah, it kind of looks like a Grimace shake, I guess. I've made a smoothie, a smoothie in a s'more. I can't speak anymore. I've made a smoothie in a short that was like a Grimace shake as well. You can check that out on my channel as well. Let me see. That looks so good. Yeah, it's super delicious. Looks like liquid marshmallows. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, what are you making? I made a smoothie, a pink smoothie, and it's super thick as you can see. You can flip it, and it's not even coming out so thick. The smoothie is so thick, so that's really nice. So it's basically similar to ice cream, but then made from frozen fruits. So it's super healthy as well. Do you add sugar? No, yeah, of course the bananas contain sugar, the dragon fruit powder contains sugar like naturally, but I don't add any added sugars or whatsoever. So we're just gonna add some granola now. And some chia seeds. Do you like smoothies? Yeah, obviously. I think you can tell from this live. You should start selling smoothies. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Maybe someday. So those were the quinoa pops that I just added. These ones right here, which are really nice to add to your smoothie. If you don't do that, then start trying it out. It's really nice. And then last but not least, we got our peanut butter. Let's open that up. That looks good as well. My favorite smoothie is actually this one with pink dragon fruit, just because the dragon fruit has such a nice sweet flavor. When did you start YouTube? I started YouTube 1.5 years ago, so it's been a pretty crazy ride. Of course, now I'm close to 1 million subscribers, so yeah, that's been pretty unbelievable, I guess. But I was doing social media before that on TikTok and stuff. But let's add the peanut butter to my smoothie as well. There we go. Let me grab a spoon real quick. And there we go. This is the end result. People always ask me, okay, what is the end result? Do you actually eat these smoothies? And so here's the proof that I actually do. And here you can finally see how it what it looks like. Can you make a tutorial vid? Yeah, I just did that actually. But you can also check it out on my channel, on my long form videos. You got a few recipe videos where you can see the entire process as well. So basically what I did in this live, you can also see that on my YouTube long form videos. When did you start making smoothies? I think I'd have to say like 7, 8 years ago. I think I went to Bali at some point, and there, of course, they're super into smoothies. It's super common there, and there was really inspired to start making them myself as well. So that's kind of how it started. Can you make a duck themed smoothie? I guess so. I guess that would be possible with some curcumin powder to make it a bit more yellow. I'll put it on my list, and maybe someday I can actually make it. Can you make a lavender smoothie? I think I did that a few times, but I'll definitely do it again eventually. But it won't be anytime soon, I think, because I've done it quite often. Um, but yeah, I make these type of smoothies about every day, like 5 or 6 a week, I guess, just because I'm quite a big fan of it. But anyway, it's of course also important to test the taste now. So let's see how good it is, if it actually works. So there we go. Looks pretty good, as you can see. Mm. Yeah, it's my favorite smoothie for a reason, of course. It's really good. What else do you eat besides smoothies? Um, Not much. No, that's not true. um, I guess just the usual. I think smoothies are just the main thing that I eat that are out of the ordinary. Other than that, I just eat the regular. You name it, I eat it. Burgers, salads. I don't know, nothing in particular. How does it taste? I'm not sure if you ever tried pink dragon fruit, but it tastes exactly like that because the powder has the same taste as the ingredient. So, but if I have to describe it, it's just basically like eating ice cream, but then made from fruit. Can you make a smoothie with watermelon and kiwi on top? Sure. I love both of those ingredients, and I think they work really well for toppings. Not necessarily for the base, but for toppings, they're delicious. So yeah, I'll do that next time. What smoothie is that? It's a dragon fruit banana smoothie, topped with granola, quinoa puffs, chia seeds, and peanut butter. So it's super basic, but yeah, it really works well for me. Can you make the sweetest smoothie ever? Yeah, that's worth a try for sure. Not sure yet how I would do that, but maybe a lot of different types of fruit. A lot of dragon fruit powder, which contains a lot of natural sugar as well. And my smoothies never contain enough peanut butter, so let's add some more. So if you guys are not following me on Instagram yet, make sure to do that as well. I've noticed a lot of my YouTube followers don't follow me on Instagram, and a lot of my Instagram followers don't follow me on YouTube. So make sure to check out my Instagram. It's also the handle is also fannytas.nl. Just because there I upload a lot of stories as well. So if you wanna see a bit more of the behind the scene footage like this, then yeah, I definitely recommend watching that for sure. And you can also go to my TikTok as well, which is also the same handle. Yeah, I love peanut butter. As you can see, this is 1 kilo. Not sure what it is in the US, but figure that out yourself. It's obviously a lot of peanut butter, and I go through those packages pretty quickly. I eat it pretty much every day, so. My least favorite smoothie is probably um, anything that contains green spirulina, just because it has quite a fishy taste, and I'm not a big fan of it. It's not as sweet as the dragon fruit powder, so yeah, I prefer to have sweet ingredients instead of those type of ingredients. Mm-mm-mm-mm. My favorite dessert. I'm not a dessert guy actually. I mean, I eat desserts for breakfast, as you can see, technically. So I'm not a big dessert guy, so I don't really eat that often. Are you a Swiftie? um, I wouldn't consider myself a Swiftie. No. I do like the music though. I wouldn't necessarily listen to it by myself, but I do appreciate it. So I'm not a hater for sure. Can you do pear topping or mango? Yeah, those are great toppings as well. I don't think I'm such a big fan of pears for toppings, but mangoes are great toppings and also work great for the base. How is your smoothie so thick and smooth? Mine always turns into a juice. Yeah, I think that's the biggest issue with a lot of people. A lot of people have when making smoothies, and I think the reason for that is just because they use so much liquids. Um, the biggest secret to my thick smoothies is just only using frozen fruits or nothing else. So no liquid, no water, no milk, no yogurt, nothing. Just use frozen bananas or frozen mango, whatever you want to use. Um, Make sure it's thawed a little bit, so let it thaw for like about 30 minutes. So you take it out of the freezer, you let it sit for like 30 minutes, and then you put it into your blender. Use your temper, make sure to pause your blender. Sometimes start on a low speed first. You don't want to overheat your blender, but that's basically the secret to making such a fancy and delicious thick smoothie. Would decorated your house? Myself, it's not special, but it works. I got my silver play button right there, which is very valuable to me, of course. Do you like mango? Yeah, for sure. It's apart from bananas, the second ingredient I always use in my, or at least often use in my smoothies. So it's great. Do you like going on holidays? Yeah, I travel a lot actually. So if I'm not making smoothies, I'm most likely traveling. So that's my second passion, I guess. Do you like your job? Yeah, I love doing this. This is my job, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to make smoothies for a living. That's never would have thought that would be possible. Do you prefer working out or more smoothies? Well, smoothies is my job, of course, so I have to pick smoothies. But I love working out as well. I don't go every day or something, but just once or twice a week, I really love going to the gym. So that's also really nice. Let the games begin says, I love your videos. Hopefully you reach 1 million. Yeah, I hope so too. Only 20K, so super close. I expect to reach it in um, probably this weekend, I think. So yeah, make sure to watch out for that. And yeah, let's celebrate together. I'll definitely make a video about it, of course. Um, so yeah, it's really cool. Thanks. I like to think that I have a pretty good style as well. So it's nothing special, but it looks nice. Where do you live? I live in Amsterdam in the Netherlands, so quite far away from most of you. I think most of you are from India or the United States or Canada, Australia as well is quite big. So yeah, a lot of different countries, but not that much from my country itself. Um, Beefy Butt says he's trying to, he or she, I don't know, of course, but he's trying to get into Harvard. Do you believe in me? Of course, you can reach anything. I mean, if I can make smoothies for a living, you can get into Harvard. Let's check. I think you should do a rainbow smoothie. Actually, I'm gonna upload a long form video which contains a rainbow smoothie this week, so make sure to watch out for that. It's gonna be uploaded somewhere this week, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, something like that. If possible, could you make a K-pop smoothie? That's something that's being requested a lot, so yeah, I have to do that for sure. It's actually on my list already, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it, what color I should use, but yeah, I'm not sure how to do it, but it's definitely gonna happen someday, so don't worry about that. What's your favorite hobby apart from smoothies? Good question. I love football or soccer, the Dutch football. So yeah, that's really nice. That's definitely something I'm super passionate about. So that would be probably my second hobby. Hair reveal. You can see my hair in a lot of videos, and now because I'm wearing a cap, it's probably not great, but there it is. It's not a secret. I'm not bald or something. I'm not even balding. So do you have kids? No, I don't have kids. I'm 29, and I hope to have kids someday, but not anytime soon. But yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of this delicious thick smoothie by myself in peace. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for all the support, watching my videos, liking my live. I really appreciate all of that. Yeah, like I said, I expect to reach 1 million subscribers this week, which is such a big milestone. So yeah, let's celebrate that party together. You'll hear from me when I reach that goal. Again, thanks for watching. If you ever make a smoothie yourself with one of my recipes, or just that you got inspired from one of my videos, always send me a DM on Instagram with a picture, because I really like seeing those type of images. So I always like to see when I inspire other people to make smoothies as well. So shout out to Christina. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. See ya.